Hello and welcome to Entirely English. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Nick Ralston with a big thank you for being my first subscriber. Also welcome to Aventador and a couple of other nice people who've subscribed, but their settings are on private so I can't give their names. Now to today's idioms that originated in the Navy. Today we're looking at idioms that begin with the letter D. And our first up, sort of, is devil may care. Now, this is interesting. Actually, there's not a lot of concrete information about this, with sources being defined as being first printed in the 18th century, and then it being cited as being used in the 13th, and the 12th, and then the 15th century, although obviously the current use of the idiom is well understood. Whilst many presume that it's an oath against the devil himself, I would like to put forward my own hypothesis. As there are several idioms that use the phrase devil as the subject, I think it's entirely possible that the phrase originated with the Elizabethan and Jacobean Navy. The devil was, you may remember from idioms in the B section, the longest timber in the ship's frame, running from the very front to the very rear of the ship along the bottom. So before I put forward my thinking on devil may care, let's look at another idiom with the same subject, the devil to pay. Now think about that long timber running the length of the ship down in the bowels of it, where water and waste would accumulate. To keep it waterproof and stop the ship sinking, it would frequently have to be coated with a thick pitch, a tar, or some other caulking substance, which would be as horrible to be around in an enclosed space as the rest of the detritus down there. Paying in this context was like painting, to do the job of coating the devil with the sealant. So the devil to pay is you had to paint the devil, this long timber, with the tar down in the bottom of the ship. Obviously it was not a job anybody wanted to do. It was a punishment. More often than not, if you did something wrong, like maybe fell asleep on watch, you would have the devil to pay, if you were lucky and you weren't flogged. Nowadays, we simply mean that if you do something, or you're caught doing something bad, you'll be in serious trouble. If mum catches you taking money from her purse, you'll have the devil to pay. That established, let's go back to devil may care. The whole idiom is actually, the devil may care, but I don't. So this is my supposition. Take of it what you will. Imagine, you're on a naval vessel chasing Spaniards in a small ship, and they head into waters you don't know. There could be rocks or a reef under the surface that you don't see. You simply have no idea how shallow the water could become. Your first mate shouts a warning at you. "Captain, you could rip the bottom out of the hull." In your fury and determination to catch the target, you scream back, "The devil may care, but I don't." Meaning the bottom of your ship can be ripped out, the devil shattered on those rocks, but it doesn't matter to you. All that matters is catching the escaping ship. Right. Makes sense. The devil may care. That part of the ship may worry about it. You're not worried about it. You're going to go ahead. Today this phrase is often used to describe somebody's attitude. John has such a devil may care attitude, meaning he takes outrageous risks and thinks nothing of the dangers involved. Devil may care. Machiavellian. Right. I hope you see my logic in that. Anyway, next idiom. Dead in the water. When a ship was dead in the water, there was no wind. There was nothing to propel it. The sails had nothing to catch to move the ship. A terrible situation for sailors at that time, as that they were at the mercy of the winds. If it went on for days, they could face dying of thirst, starvation maybe, exposure. So dead in the water could be a terrible situation. Nowadays this idiom is used in much the same way, but with diverse situations. If your business is dead in the water, then you have no trade, no customers, and may be facing bankruptcy. Your car breaks down and won't restart. You could be dead in the water, particularly if you're in the middle of the countryside. A politician proposes a policy and nobody supports it. The proposition is dead in the water. And our last one for today is in the doldrums. Right. So if you're in the doldrums, you might be dead in the water. These two kind of link together. The doldrums is an area of water north of the equator where the sea is calm and the winds are often very light, not strong enough to move a ship. So when you happen into the doldrums, you very well could become dead in the water. It's used today to say somebody is depressed or lethargic. Oh, since his wife left him, Jake has been in the doldrums. Or since the factory closed down, Tom has been in the doldrums. Depressed, lethargic, doesn't know what to do. Okay, I hope those were interesting for you. If you have any that you know of, that you want to pop in the comments below, maybe you have a question about them, please do so. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.